Now, the close cooperation between the executive and legislative branches embodies His Majesty the King's vision through the implementation of the royal speech, which constitutes a roadmap for continuing sustainable development. This cooperation resulted in the implementation of all recommendations and their inclusion in plans, taking into account the requirements of national developments. We have more in this report.
In implementation of the royal directives and in response to national aspirations, constructive cooperation between the executive and legislative authorities under the prosperous reign of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa has been the cornerstone in achieving His Majesty's visions and implementing the royal speech, which constitutes a roadmap for all citizens to follow to continue the march of sustainable development. Based on the consistent approach established by the Kingdom of Bahrain, this close cooperation resulted in a number of initiatives that confirm ongoing and permanent coordination through regular meetings between government representatives and members of the Shura and Representatives Councils, in addition to implementing all recommendations and incorporating them into plans that take into account national development requirements and support raising the citizens' living standards.
ونحمد الله على نعمه الجزيرة وأولها الإنسان البحريني الذي نعده ثروة بلادنا الحقيقية ووجهها المتحضر والمشرق بالعطاء أينما حضر، فبإسهاماته المتواصلة والجادة استطاع أن يجعل من البحرين وجهة للخير والسلام ومركزا للإبداع والريادة، ليبقى صيته رمزا للأخلاق الكريمة والقيم النبيلة. كل ذلك يضع الأولوية لأهل البحرين في الخدمات والمستحقات.
In this context, during its weekly meeting, the Cabinet affirmed its full commitment to achieving economic recovery and financial sustainability in accordance with the royal directives by directing support to those entitled to it and the basic services for citizens, and to work in harmony with the legislative authority. These royal directives are one of the national duties to define visions and a guide for national action for the executive and legislative authorities in policy making and decision making, as they represent an extension of the march of construction and progress in the Kingdom of Bahrain.
The first Deputy Chairman of the Supreme Council for Youth and Sports, Chairman of the General Sports Authority and President of the Bahrain Olympic Committee, His Highness Sheikh Khalid bin Hamad Al Khalifa, paid a visit to Isa Sports City to check on the latest preparations and readiness of the facilities to host the 3rd Asian Youth Games, to be held from October 22nd to 31st under the patronage of His Majesty the King. Present were GSA Vice Chairman, His Highness Sheikh Salman bin Mohammed Al Khalifa, BOC Deputy President, His Highness Sheikh Isa bin Ali Al Khalifa, GSA CEO Dr. Abdurrahman Askar, BOC Secretary General Faris Kuheji, and the Chairman of the Executive Committee of the 3rd Asian Youth Games, Yusuf Daish. His Highness was briefed on the main operations centre as well as the Isa bin Rashid Sports Complex, which will host the youth volleyball, badminton and kabaddi competitions. He was briefed on the work progress in preparing these facilities in accordance with the highest standards approved by the Asia Olympic Council. His Highness said that Bahrain is moving confidently towards successfully hosting this major continental event, praising the team's efforts working in the various committees and stressing the importance of ensuring full readiness ahead of the competitions. He expressed confidence that the developments and advanced facilities at Isa Sports City will make it a model that is capable of hosting major championships, reflecting Bahrain's outstanding organizational capabilities and sporting heritage, wishing them all success. Chaired by its Speaker, the Representatives Council held its second regular session of the fourth annual session of the sixth legislative term. Al-Musallam praised His Majesty the King's directives, royal support for citizens and keenness to provide them with suitable job opportunities. He thanked His Royal Highness the Crown Prince Prime Minister for his directives to the Ministry of Labour to offer 3 job opportunities to all registered unemployed citizens. The Council approved the formation of the membership of the standing committees, the Executive Committee of the Parliamentary Division and the Committee for Responding to the Royal Speech. It also approved 40 proposals, passed 11 decrees and 28 draft laws. The Speaker of the Council of Representatives, Ahmed Al-Musallam, participated in the National Tree Week initiative along with other council members, and the Secretary-General planted a tree at the council's headquarters. Al-Musallam said that Bahrain attaches great importance to promoting environmental sustainability and preserving natural resources to achieve its desired goals. This in light of the comprehensive development process led by His Majesty the King and the support of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince Prime Minister. The chairman of the Shura Council, Ali Al-Salah, in the presence of council members and officials from the General Secretariat, participated in the National Tree Week initiative, where he planted a tree in one of the council's green spaces. Al-Salah said that Tree Week is a national occasion that embodies the interest of Bahrain under the leadership of His Majesty the King in preserving the environment, developing natural resources and expanding green spaces. He praised the keenness of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince Prime Minister in launching the National Tree Week and his directive to organize the innovation competition in irrigation solutions to encourage innovative ideas. Deputy Premier Sheikh Khaled bin Abdullah Al Khalifa met with the Saudi Deputy Minister of Transport and Logistics Services, Dr. Rumayh bin Mohammed Al Rumayh. The Minister of Transportation and Telecommunications, Sheikh Abdullah bin Ahmed Al Khalifa, attended this meeting. The Deputy Premier affirmed the depth of the fraternal relations between Bahrain and Saudi Arabia and the advanced developments they are witnessing in light of the support of His Majesty the King and the custodian of the 2 holy mosques. He highlighted the support and follow-up given by His Royal Highness the Crown Prince Prime Minister and His Royal Highness the Saudi Crown Prince Prime Minister to the partnership between the 2 countries through the Bahrain-Saudi Coordination Council, where shared visions are translated into action programs and implementation projects in various sectors. The Deputy Premier said that Bahrain and Saudi Arabia are heading towards broader bilateral cooperation. He added that the continuous meetings between the 2 sides embody the keenness to support development and strengthen the partnership to serve common goals and interests. He also said that the land and maritime transport linkage projects between the 2 countries are a strategic artery that supports both countries' positions as international centers for trade and logistics services, thus achieving the goals of Bahrain's Economic Vision 2030 and Saudi Vision 2030. Dr. Rumayh expressed gratitude to the Deputy Premier for the warm welcome, stressing that the 2 countries' strong relations constitute a solid foundation for further integration in projects of mutual interest, wishing Bahrain continued progress and prosperity. In line with the directives of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince Prime Minister, the Minister of Legal Affairs, Yusuf Khalaf, participated in the National Tree Week initiative by planting trees in Al-Andalus Park. This initiative supports Bahrain's National Afforestation Plan, which aims to plant 3.6 million trees by 2035 as part of Bahrain's vision to achieve carbon neutrality by 2060. It also seeks to raise environmental awareness, promote eco-friendly practices, and encourage practical solutions to preserve natural resources in various sectors. Now, the Minister of Legal Affairs and Acting Minister of Labour, Yusuf Khalaf, announced that the Bank of Bahrain and Kuwait, the BBK, added 36 job vacancies for Bahraini citizens to the National Employment Platform. This initiative follows the directives of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince Prime Minister to provide 3 job opportunities to every registered job seeker by the end of this year. Now, in line with the directives of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince, Prime Minister, the Minister of Health, Dr. Jalila Hassan, participated in the Tree Week activities by planting trees at the Ministry of Health headquarters. The initiative supports Bahrain's national afforestation plan, which aims to plant 3.6 million trees by 2035 as part of the Kingdom's vision to achieve carbon neutrality by 2060. The Ministry of Housing and Urban Planning has signed agreements to construct 137 new housing units in Salman City in partnership with Dalman Gate, Al Muayyid Contracting Group, Nasij Real Estate and First Bahrain Real Estate Development Company. The projects fall under the Government Land Development Rights Programme in partnership with the private sector. Under the agreements, Nasij Real Estate and Muayyid Contracting will build 24 units, Dalman Gate will construct 69 units, and First Bahrain will implement 44 units. The agreements were signed by the Minister of Housing and Urban Planning, Amna Rumaihi, along with the CEO of Nasij Real Estate, Amin Al-Arayed. Contracting Executive Director of Al Muayyid Contracting, Hala Farouk Muayyid, CEO of Dalman Gate, Abdullah Ali, and the CEO of Bahrain First Development Company, Omar Faisal Al-Tamimi. Al-Rumaihi said that the projects align with the ministry's strategy to expand the Government Land Development Rights Programme across Bahrain. She said that the programme accelerates housing allocations for Bahraini families by diversifying options in line with citizens' financing capabilities, noting that public-private partnerships are key to ensuring sustainable housing services. The Minister of Tourism and Chairperson of the Bahrain Tourism and Exhibitions Authority, Fatima Al-Sayrafi, attended the launch of a series of interactive workshops as part of the 22-26 tourism sector strategy, which aim to develop this vital sector and enhance its competitiveness. Al-Sayrafi delivered a presentation on the key aspects of the Business Tourism Activation Plan and reviewed proposed initiatives to enhance Bahrain's presence in this field. The first workshop was dedicated to representatives of official bodies, while the second was held for several travel and tourism agents, hotel representatives, and relevant stakeholders. Extensive talks were held during the workshop to enhance cooperation between the relevant parties, develop coordination, implement initiatives, and form joint working groups. The performance of the tourism sector for 24 was also reviewed, as it achieved remarkable growth in visitor numbers and revenues, confirming the success of national plans in enhancing Bahrain's position as a leading tourist destination in the region. The Minister of Industry and Commerce, Abdullah Fakhru, affirmed the ministry's ongoing efforts to promote environmental sustainability and expand green space, especially within industrial zones. During a tree planting event in Salman Industrial Area marking Tree Week, Fakhru highlighted the ministry's cooperation with the private sector and the Ministry of Municipalities Affairs and Agriculture, noting that over 2,500 trees have been planted so far. He said that 16 industrial companies have joined the greening initiative. The minister also announced updated criteria for the Green Factory label, introducing a new requirement for factories to dedicate at least 10% of their plots to tree planting. The National Initiative for Agricultural Development announced the launch of the 5th phase of the Forever Green initiative, coinciding with Tree Week, with the support of Babco Energies. Minister of Youth Affairs, Rawan Tawfiqi, Secretary General of the National Initiative for Agricultural Development, Sheikha Maram bint Isa Al Khalifa, and CEO of Babco Supply, Engineer Basma Al Mahrous, launched the new phase of the campaign by planting seedlings at Zalag Youth Empowerment Center. Tawfiqi said that the ministry's participation in the Forever Green initiative reflects its efforts to raise awareness among young people about environmental issues and instill values of sustainability and social responsibility. For her part, Sheikha Maram bint Isa said that this phase represents an extension of the campaign's successes and a new step towards promoting sustainability concepts in Bahrain's society. The Director General of the Bahrain Institute of Public Administration, Dr. Sheikha Rana bint Isa bint Aish Al Khalifa, participated in the 23rd meeting of GCC Directors of Public Administration Institutes hosted by Kuwait. The meeting, part of regular GCC gatherings, aims to enhance administrative integration, share expertise and develop policies and programs to strengthen national capacities in line with modern administrative developments. Dr. Sheikha Rana bint Isa highlighted the Institute's commitment to developing the research capabilities of national staff, producing studies that meet the region's development needs. She said that scientific research is a cornerstone for improving institutional performance and administrative efficiency. The Secretary General of the Supreme Council for Youth and Sports, Ayman Al-Muayyid, participated in National Tree Week activities. This comes in line with the directives of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince Prime Minister to launch the National Tree Week to raise community awareness of the importance of afforestation, preserving vegetation cover and encouraging initiatives that expand green spaces. Al-Muayyid said that the Council's participation comes within the framework of its support for national initiatives that enforce environmental awareness and contribute to consolidating the values of sustainability and social responsibility. Bahrain celebrates Bahraini Engineers Day in recognition of the national contributions and competencies that build the country in engineering disciplines. We have more in this report.
Bahraini Engineers Day, launched by the Bahrain Society of Engineers in 2019, celebrates the excellence of national engineering talent who have helped shape Bahrain's modern urban landscape and achieved remarkable progress in the kingdom's development journey. This occasion sheds light on Bahrain's efforts, smart solutions, and innovations that have built a foundation for sustainable growth in the engineering sector, and has strengthened cooperation with countries inspired by Bahraini creativity, which is a fundamental pillar of Bahrain's Economic Vision 2030. Engineers in Bahrain play a vital role, clearly seen through their distinctive projects that adorn every corner of the kingdom. This is emphasized by dedicating the 15th of October each year to honor them, highlighting their esteemed position and essential role in carrying out major national projects. The kingdom continues to support its engineers by empowering them and providing them an environment that inspires innovation and enhances their contribution to progress and development.